Hello and welcome to the Spiritual Uprising podcast. The podcast meant to inspire women to rise up and out of the life they've been told to live and step into the life they were meant to live. I'm your host, Amanda Campbell, and this is episode 4, What to Do When You're Feeling Stuck. And feeling stuck sucks. And this is a pretty big topic for me because sometimes I swear I feel stuck more often in life than I feel clear with a sense of purpose. But in most cases, when we're feeling stuck in life, it's because we are stuck in our own head. We keep expecting things to go according to the plan we've created instead of what is truly meant to happen. And there's a saying, I honestly don't know where it came from, but it goes like this. We have to let go of the life we have planned so as to accept the one that is waiting for us. And it's kind of funny, isn't it? How we plan for things to be a certain way, yet it rarely plays out the way, or it rarely plays out that way, at least the way that we had expected it to. Wouldn't it make more sense or make our lives so much easier if we just stopped resisting, stopped trying to control our situation and the end results? But letting go of control definitely isn't the easiest thing in the world. And I say it isn't easy in the fact that we always want to have control. I mean, why would we give it up? Why would we want to give it up? And where would we start even if we wanted to? But the easy part of letting go is that it's a choice. Yes, you're still going to have the what if questions come up. You're still going to play out every possible scenario in your head. You're still going to feel like it's a struggle every step of the way. But every time those thoughts pop into your head, it's as simple as choosing to not spend any energy on them. It's making the choice to detach yourself from the outcome. It's making the choice to be open to whatever comes your way. It's making the choice to be guided and to trust, even if you can't see the bigger picture. And let's face it, we rarely do. Being open to the opportunities the universe provides is crucial, but it's also a bit of a roller coaster. I sometimes talk to people about manifesting, and usually their biggest struggle is letting go and trusting. I know that's technically two separate things, but in my world, when it comes to manifesting, it's a package deal. Letting go of the control of how things should play out, letting go of controlling every little detail, and trusting that the universe is doing everything it can to deliver what it is that you're asking for. It's in that need to control that we feel stuck. We're spending so much time in our heads that we're not tuning into what feels good to us. We're not listening to the messages from our angels and guides, or even worse, we're not asking them for help. I mean, why do you think they're here? It's to help us and guide us while we're here on earth, but they can't do anything if we don't ask them. So those roadblocks that you face, the lessons, they are lessons that are meant to happen. Those arguments that you have, those friends that you lose, those people that you meet, they're all slowly pushing you into the next stage and guiding you to take the next step. Feeling stuck is when we feel like we've exhausted every opportunity. We can't see any other option, and it's aggravating the hell out of us. It could be that you're unable to get that promotion or leave that job. It could be that you know that you're meant for something more, but you don't know what that is. It could really be a whole slew of things, to be honest. And what gets us unstuck is trusting that everything is happening just as it's meant to. I'm going to read this part from a book that I love, and I've been reading it on and off for the past few years. It's one of those books that, even if you did sit down to read it cover to cover, it just draws you back in over and over and over because there's just so many new ways of looking at things. Something that didn't really resonate with you the first time you read it is suddenly like bringing you to tears the second time you're reading it. So the book is called Rise, Sister, Rise by Rebecca Campbell. And this is what this says. When your plans and schemes and your hopes and dreams beg for you to let them go, rise, sister, rise. When the life you have so consciously created all comes crumbling down, rise, sister, rise. When your soul is heavy and your heart is broken in two, rise, sister, rise. When you gave it your best and it wasn't quite enough, rise, sister, rise. And this is actually what led me to create today's episode, so that I could remind you that shit happens all the time. We feel defeated, we feel hopeless, we feel stuck. But the good thing about being in that position is that there's nowhere else to go but up. So rise, sister, rise. Go apply for that job, go start that business, go take that course, go dump that shitty boyfriend. Will you fall? Will you fail? Will you feel lonely? Will you second guess yourself? Yeah, probably. But when that happens, you're going to pick yourself back up and you're going to keep pushing forward. Because you're here for a reason. There are amazing things on this earth that you are meant to do. And they can't be done from the place of control or feeling stuck or wallowing. So get out of your head, tune into yourself, your intuition, and your desires. Stop trying to live the life everyone else is trying to tell you to live. The life everyone else is telling you to want. And go pave your own way. The way that lights you up, the way that gets you excited to get out of bed. Pave the way for the life that you feel proud to live. And rise, sister, rise. So how do you do that? How do you get out of your own head and tune into yourself? Because I'll be honest, when I first started hearing that, it pissed me off so much. It's like, what does that mean? How do you want me to do that? It's dumb. But it starts with getting rid of all distractions, putting your phone on silent, and just for fun, put it in another room while you're at it, because it is insane how attached we are to our devices, and you don't even realize how attached you are until it is out of sight and you go to reach for it. Just unconsciously, you're reaching for it and you're like, oh shit, my phone isn't even here. It's in another room, but in your brain you feel like it's tied to you. So get rid of all distractions. Turn off the TV, YouTube, Spotify, anything that makes noise. Personally, I like to light a candle, but it's definitely not mandatory. Close your eyes, take a few deep belly breaths, and tune into your heart rate. Once you feel calm and centered, ask yourself questions. Or if you want to, before you start asking yourself the questions, take this quiet time to invite in your angels and spirit guides. And then ask yourself, or your angels and guides, or both, whatever it is that's on your mind. But stay away from asking the how and the when questions. Like, how do I make an additional 10 grand a month? Or when will I get that big promotion? Ask meaningful questions that you truly want the answers to. And not that those aren't meaningful questions. It's just that those kind of questions are difficult to answer. When we get focused on the how, we drive ourselves mental because we are so focused on something happening in a particular way and getting stuck in our own head and trying to control the situation. But really, asking how is telling the universe that you don't trust it to deliver. And the universe has crazy ways to deliver, and we just don't always see them. And questions like, when will I get that big promotion? There's that whole thing about time being linear, and it's just a very, very difficult question for your angels and guides to ask. You can try it. I'm not saying that you're not going to get an answer. It's just if you're coming right out of the gate with a question like that, you might be a little bit disappointed. So some questions you can ask yourself or your angels and guides, whatever path you're choosing to go down, is what does success mean to me? What can I start incorporating into my daily life to feel happier? What does happiness mean to me? What does my perfect day look like? What are things I need to remove from my life to become the next version of me? What is holding me back from achieving my dreams? And then, here's the key. You ready? Listen. You might hear the response. You might be triggered to write the response down. You might get a visual, almost like when you're thinking of a memory. It's something that is far away, but you can still kind of see it in your mind. Or you might not get anything right then and there, but don't get discouraged. Now that you've put it out to the universe that you're looking for an answer to this question, you'll receive it, but you have to stay open to receiving it. It could be that song on the radio, or it could be that scene from the TV show that you're watching and for no apparent reason made you cry like a baby. It could be on the cover of the magazine that comes in the mail tomorrow. And honestly, you'll know it when you see it, as long as you don't let your ego or your brain kick in and be like, no, that's not the answer. Like, you're being ridiculous. No, that is the answer. When you see it, for example, on the cover of the magazine, you're like, oh my God, that's the answer to my question. Then trust that feeling, because it really is the answer to your question, even if it's not what you want to hear. Remember that the answers aren't always direct and in your face, but they always come. And sometimes they take longer than we would like, but we always get our answers. Now, I'm a list person. There's something about writing things down on paper that makes me happy. And I used to make pros and cons lists regularly, from pros and cons to job offers, to apartments, to having certain conversations. I would seriously scrutinize every single detail of a conversation and make a pros and cons list to see if it was worth having that conversation. Fun fact, it's always worth having that conversation. But no, leave it to me to stress myself out over nothing. Everything that was important to me, it made it onto a list. You might find this is something that works for you. Or maybe it's not a pros and cons list at all, and maybe it's more of a journal entry. So, for example, going back to the question, what is holding me back from my dreams? Sometimes we just need to write it all out. No filter, no judgment, no ego, just write. And what comes out might surprise you. You might find out that you are the only one holding yourself back, or that what comes out on paper are really just really lame excuses that you are putting your energy towards, and that is what's holding you back. Personally, I think writing is essential to getting us out of our own heads. And remember, when we're in our own head, that's when we're most likely to feel stuck. And maybe for you, it's not writing at all. Maybe it's yoga or something. Moving our bodies also gets us out of our own heads. It helps us tune into our bodies, our energy field, and we somehow manage to turn off our brains when we're doing that. When you're feeling stuck, know that you absolutely have the power to pull yourself out of it. And if you ask, you'll get the help you need from your angels, your spirit guides, the universe. You are the only one who can make the changes. So if you're not 100% happy about your current situation, then what are you going to do about it? Are you going to rise? If you need additional support in terms of energy healing or tarot reading or spiritual coaching, then feel free to head over to my website, theintuitivelife.com. Or you can head over to my Facebook group, The Spiritual Apprentice. I would love to know what action you're taking regarding getting unstuck and working towards the life you want to live. So until my next episode, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.